Ohio, Watashi wa Jefferson des. My name is Jefferson o Villarta, and today I am going to share 7 interesting facts about Japan. Let's go!
At number 1, nearly all smartphones sold are waterproof because people use them even in the bath. Water-resistant phones have been the norm for over a decade in Japan. Approximately 90% to 95% of the phones sold are waterproof. Some attribute this to the bathing culture in Japan. Many people soak in bathtubs to unwind after work, and users find the waterproof function useful just in case their phones slip into the water. At number 2, Japan has a festival dedicated to the phallus. This Shinto festival is known as Kanamara Matsuri, which literally translates to the Festival of the Steel Phallus. The festival is celebrated in the city of Kawasaki on the first Sunday in April. The phallus is the star of the festival, and everything is phallic-shaped in its honor. This includes candy, curved vegetables, and decorations. The highlight is the Mikushi Parade, which sees large decorated phalluses paraded in a float shaped like a shrine. At number 3, a Pokemon episode once caused epileptic seizures in kids. Pokemon is a well-loved anime series, and the adorable pocket monsters are household names worldwide. However, the series hides a dark incident in its past. In 1997, 685 children were rushed to the hospitals in Japan after a Pokemon episode induced epileptic seizures. The episode Deno Senshi Porygon contained intense flashing strobe lights. The red and blue lights blink at a rate of 12 flashes per second for a total of 6 seconds. It triggered photosensitive epilepsy in some of the children. Others experienced milder symptoms such as nausea, headaches, temporary blindness, and seizures. At number 4, Norway introduced salmon sushi to the Japanese. While many of us think of salmon sushi as a Japanese staple, raw salmon wasn't in their diet until the 1990s. The Japanese did eat salmon before that, but it was served cured or grilled, not raw. The Japanese believed that salmon caught in the Pacific was unclean and exposed to parasites, as well as not being fatty enough to taste good. That's why it was never served raw as sashimi before the 90s. Norway began exporting salmon from the Atlantic in 1980, but it took 15 years of market research and campaigning before the Japanese finally began to put raw salmon slices into vinegared rice balls. Changing the Japanese perspective on raw salmon was a multi-million endeavor that involved tireless campaigning. However, it paid off. It also opened new markets for Norway, and they began to export to other Asian countries such as Hong Kong, South Korea, and Singapore. At number 5, smoking indoors was socially acceptable until recently. Japan is one of the largest tobacco markets in the world, and smoking in establishments such as restaurants and Kasaten's old-school coffee shops is considered socially acceptable. In April 2020, a citywide ban on smoking indoors came into effect. This was part of the efforts to make Tokyo more tourist-friendly for the now-delayed 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Many have bemoaned this ban, stating that it was part of their culture. Others strongly supported this move to increase the number of non-smoking areas in other cities as well. At number 6, social withdrawal is common among the Japanese. As many as 700,000 Japanese people live in social isolation, also known as hikikomori. These people live isolated in their parents' or their own houses. They don't go to work or meet with friends. Some people spend up to 20 years in isolation, and the most common cause is the high expectations the Japanese society places on the young generation. Also, modern technology can play an important role. At number 7, Godzilla is a citizen of Japan. The fictional monster Godzilla that originated in a Japanese series is now an official citizen of Japan. The Japanese are extremely proud of their monster, and they even appointed him as the tourism ambassador for Shinjuku.